Hello, I'm Toycat, and good news everybody, a new Snapshot and Preview are now here, and noticeably they have a new menu and server rule screen, but they've also made some last minute changes to lots of other things in the cobble drop to allow the update to come out very soon. When is 1.20 1.110 coming out? Well, let's go into that and everything else they've changed today, and unlike usual, this video comes to you in just 4 parts, the first of which can't be shown here on the Bedrock edition, and so let's instead jump into the J Lava edition, because when we do, there's something immediately noticeable in Snapshot 25W34B, and it's that letter at the end of the snapshots. That's right, there was a huge sting they had to fix by rolling out a B snapshot. That's definitely the reason. Some people will tell you it's because it's the second snapshot released this week, and they had to do that because there was a small issue that was critical and they decided to fix it. It's just this one right here for Realms apparently, but noticeably this snapshot does fix quite a few visual things. First of all, it's the menu screen before any Minecraft update can roll out, and nowadays that does include drops. They need to have the new main menu panorama, and this one, very cutely, has what Mojang describes as copper golems running around a village, and I've got to say, I like this. I'm looking forward to seeing this rotating not just around the Java edition, but around the Bedrock edition in the future too, and also, while we're talking about bug fixes, it should be noted that they've actually fixed one of the oldest Minecraft bugs, MC383, and this is the fact that in the world selection screen, your world name, versions, and timestamps will overflow. This is something I could show you using the bug fix, or I can simply be like, oh yeah, look at this minecart world. As you can see, the version doesn't overflow to the right anymore. Instead, everything fits nicely in these lines, which it didn't do before this version. Very, very nice to see. Speaking of things that didn't happen before this version, the Java edition is notable for actually having end flashes now. This seemed like it was the first hint towards maybe vibrant visuals coming, but they've made even more changes that definitely tell us that's what's happening. If we look at rendering on the changelog, you can see they're making lots of changes to how items render, and if we look at the Vibrant Visuals Discord, don't ask me why things that used to be public information are now on various Discords. If we look at the Vibrant Visuals Discord, you can see that in the officials announcement channel, they said that the general direction for Vibrant Visuals on Java was going to follow 4 steps, which they conceded did actually contradict each other in some ways, but the first step was to refactor, modernize, and optimize their rendering code, and that's exactly what they've done this week with blocks. And so, given that we're seeing them work on the first phase of Vibrant Visuals, you know, the flashy stuff, quite literally, and this, it's a good sign that Vibrant Visuals is in fact coming to Java. This is something that actually came out with Olaf's thing yesterday. It should be noted that he did do an interview which has been circling the rounds, but one of the things that came in there is the fact that Vibrant Visuals is coming to Java with some differences, and so that is something that, ooh, very important to note. And something else important to note is if you don't like these flashes, because Java is very much about giving players choices, I mean, the fact that you can choose what version you play, the fact that you can actually turn off features, etc. It's a big Java edition thing, and so if you don't like these flashes, you can go to accessibility, where they say they've renamed lightning flashes to be named as, it says it's meant to be sky flashes now, but it still says that it's lightning flashes here, but if you want, you can hide them, and you'll never see an end flash again. But why would you want to do that? I mean, again, if you like things without changes, then it's great that you have this accessibility setting, but you shouldn't ever need it if you like the end sky flashing. I guess you could just avoid the end. Or maybe you actually can't, because here's a fun new change they made to item frames. As you're probably aware, if you put an item in the item frame, it kind of goes in the middle. I mean, arguably, will you still want to do this with shelves is something people will be asking, but this is how the item frame is. It kind of works like an entity on Java, but it only takes up the space around the item frame, even up till now when you put a map in there. The map will take up the entire spot, and oh yeah, it looks like I can't avoid the end, can I? But previously, even though it would physically take up all this space, the actual hitbox of the item wouldn't get any wider, but now, even if you punch in the very, very corner right there, you'll see that you can punch that map right out of there. Very, very interesting to know. Speaking of things that are interesting to know, here is a brand new Minecraft feature that is very interesting sounding. It is a brand new option that you have when you're on a server to have a set of rules displayed to the player. You can show what this looks like by using the /dialog show, and then the person's name, and then quick actions, and then as you can see, this quick action will show you what the custom screen is here for. It's basically intended for third-party servers and maps to give you a set of rules or something like that before you go into a game. This is something that's critical because it's not like how Minecraft gives you the huge warning when you're going onto a server that, oh, did you know you might see adult content there? This is instead meant to be for servers that teach you about the rules, like how Twitch channels do, or indeed Reddits and Discords. It's meant to be there so that you can tell people what the rules are, because there are so many people people who never read the rules if they're not put right in front of their face. And now if you want to put rules right in front of people's faces, you can do that with the new custom screens, which Minecraft is working on. So rendering on the Java edition is making lots of different changes because ultimately it looks like they are done with the major part of the copper drop, and so now they're just working on the side quests of making sure that they can get vibrant visuals closer to Bedrock, and also fixing bugs like that super old one, 383. Wow, that's crazy, huh? Speaking of things that are crazy, let's go back to the Bedrock edition. Wait, let's go back to the Bedrock. Ah, you get it. Because the new Java rendering only represents the first of 4 things I'd like to show and talk about today, and so we'd best get a hurry on as we talk about the second, and it's important that we note that this brand new preview for Bedrock is called 1.21.110.25. I could tell you what it means, but it's not that important right now, because instead what is important is the shelf fix, which is very exciting, and would be even more if we didn't know about it, but Mojang actually used the shelves as an opportunity to share 1.21.110.25 in banners, and I really love this image. You can see there's also an iron golem giving a copper golem a flower in there, but what I love is the fact that banners will now actually work in shelves a lot better than they did before, and I could show you right now the equivalent in my world with shelves working in shelves, but simply put, this is incredible. It's much better than the original design, and it's a great example of the Minecraft community saying, we hate this change, and Mojang not saying, oh, I think we know better, but instead saying, yeah, I guess you're right on this one actually, and then going ahead and fixing it. Absolutely love to see it. Big fan of Mojang listening when it comes to things like this where there wasn't even really a good reason for the alternative. Speaking of no good reason for the alternative, they've also made lots of other changes to features from this update. So if you have a copper chest, now it will show the correct inventory item if you actually hold it in your hands. It used to not show the handle at all, but now you can see it there or in the inventory slot, which is handy. Also, copper golem pathfinding has been improved. If there is a 1 block wide pathway, they now will be able to use it to get to their destination. That was something that I revealed to be broken in my testing. Very cool to see that they fixed the copper golems in that way. They haven't brought a lot of the buffs that many have been asking for, but I think they have a decent range and a decent number of chests they can manage for most starter game players. Oh, by the way, they've also fixed copper chests so they won't crash your world now. Apparently, copper chests could sometimes corrupt and crash your world. How that would happen, I don't know, but it's kind of crazy. Speaking of kind of crazy, they also changed the lightning rod. The waxed, the exposed and the slightly oxidized, the weathered version used to have a white stripe on them that wasn't meant to be there. Now they fixed that, and also they claim, I want to be very clear here, they claim to have fixed the iron and copper bars connection, which is technically true. As you can see, these 2 blocks will now connect perfectly, but they've introduced a bit of another flaw here, which is, as you can see, that this isn't your eyes deceiving you. I actually want to make sure. I'm going to look at this really carefully. This is definitely on the recording too. As you can see, there is a lot of Z fighting going on with this. It's the same with the leaf design up here, as you can see. Minecraft has introduced a whole new host of rendering issues, which represent a bit of a problem and definitely can't be it shouldn't be found in the final update. So just keep that in mind, that they fixed one problem, but might have accidentally introduced another one, which is with all copper bars all of the time, also seemingly all iron bars all of the time, which is something we should expect to be fixed in the future. So as well as this, as far as smaller little changes, they've made lots of changes to custom biomes. It's now going to be moved out of experimental, which is exciting. That means that when this drop comes out, you'll be able to make custom biomes in your own add-ons, which is a game changer. They've also made it so underwater music can be played even when... Basically, they've made it so you can have your own custom underwater music, and made it so you can change the precipitation of a biome, and it will actually stay that way. And yeah, as well as all of these changes they've made to the technical APIs and editor mode, they've also got one interesting bug fix for the entire, the preview that's mentioned as a gameplay one, and it says the Ender Dragon no longer freezes at the end of its death. It now dies and creates the portal. And so for the third thing we're going to do here, I figured this would be important to go and show off, and so let's jump into the end right now. Oh, has that not been working very well? Well, let's jump into the, I guess you get to see some behind the scenes. Let's make ourselves an end portal. That's not how you do that. Let's make ourselves an end portal, and then remove that random L that ended up over there, and let's go right now. Ooh yeah, what's the end look like on Bedrock? Well, if you have vibrant visuals turned on, very delightful. If you don't have vibrant visuals turned on, then like this. Notably, the Bedrock end does not have those end flashes about vibrant visuals. Just something interesting to note, in case you do not know somehow. But yeah, let's kill the dragon, shall we? Oh yeah, this is going to be a hard fight, unless I go in here and type /kill @e. Fun fact, on Java, if you type this command, it will actually kill you, because you are an entity. But on Bedrock, you are an entity, but it won't actually kill you. It will kill everyone but you. And so now what should happen is the Ender Dragon shouldn't freeze at the end of the death. It will now create a portal. Is that just fixing one bug that can exist of it? Or is that a more dramatic change? Oh! Okay, that might need some fixing too. Okay, so anyway, with that said, let's go back to the overworld now, and our very delightful preview world, where I can point out that the fourth thing I'd like to talk about today is not going to be the fact that it's now officially been 369 days since they updated the Redstone Torch model on Java, and then forgot to do it on Bedrock. I mean, again, I think it's crazy that we're fixing parity in places like iceberg biomes, but forgetting about the parity in something like this, why can't they do it? Please! I wish we had some explanation, but instead of giving you an explanation on that, instead it's time to give an explanation on when this update will be coming out, based on what we've seen here today. So this is 1.21.110.25, which is useful not just for seeing why those banners were relevant, but also useful because it helps us understand that this is likely, usually, the last preview for a beta cycle, and so that would tell us that the update's coming out in 3 weeks if this were not a horribly broken preview, and if, unlike every other last preview we have in a cycle, it actually contained fewer features. Usually the last preview is just about really ironing out any last minute problems. You know, let's say there was a last minute problem with iron bars or leafs or the end, or with much more systemic things. Oh, what happened to my golems? Anyway, if there were a problem with these things, then obviously they would need to be fixed. And so this is something that Mojang are going to have to do next week. So when is the update coming out? At least 4 weeks from now. 1 week for them to roll out one new beta preview with those changes, maybe even another one after that, and then you can expect between 2 to 4 weeks after that for the final release. I'm not going to go too deep into this, because funnily enough, the Q&A Saturday I did 4 weeks ago still looks to be accurate. I would expect to see this update based on the fact that it has to release on a Tuesday, and it has to release 3 to 4 weeks after that last preview. I would expect to see it on the 16th to the 23rd of September, which means that all of the copper drop features, plus custom biomes, plus potentially a better end dragon kill mechanic, plus all of these fun, exciting things of Java rendering, all of that will be coming in about a month from now, which is incredibly exciting, isn't it? Oh, by the way, I put Diamond Armor on because I wanted to remember this one. It's the sort of feature that you might feel like you've been crazy. If you've been looking for a zombie with Diamond Armor or a skeleton with Diamond Armor, it's a very rare chance to happen, but for me it hasn't happened in a very long time. I've been playing so much Super Flat, and I just haven't seen a zombie wearing armor, and I thought that was weird and all, but I just assumed, like, well, chances, it's very, very low chance. But nope, there was actually a bug, and now it is possible for zombies and skeletons to wear iron and indeed diamond armor. And so yeah, just in case you've been waiting for that mysterious diamond armor drop, now you know when you can get it. That is to say, September 16th or 23rd, when 1.21.110, or 0.8 I think it's called for Java, will be coming out with all of these exciting new copper drop features. I'm very excited, hopefully you are too. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did, and if you want to learn about what's going on with that whole ORAF thing, I am going to be making a video tomorrow about it. The plan was actually today, but thankfully this beta came out and actually relatively surprised us with the changes it made. At least in most places. You know, I'm gonna go look at that end port again. You can't stop me. I mean, I would be lying if I said I thought this was worse. It is pretty cool. I like the idea of stacking a bunch of these on top of each other. But yeah, with that said, I hope you all enjoyed, because I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.